Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So travel season is upon us. Whether you're going away for the holidays or you have a really big trip planned, I think it's a good idea to know exactly how to travel light so that you can spend more time enjoying your trip and less lugging your stuff around. So in today's video, I thought I'd show you exactly how I pack light in a carry-on. And I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Monos. I'll be showing you their Carry-On Pro Plus luggage as well as their Metro backpack. I've been carrying them around for a year and they're pretty good. You'll see. Plus they're from Canada, so gotta love it, eh bud? Alright, let's get into it. I used to be a chronic overpacker where I usually let the rule of just in case reign supreme. But the more I traveled, the more I realized how stressful overpacking actually is. Especially these days where all I seem to hear about are horror stories of luggage getting lost forever and customers having to fight tooth and nail with airlines to try to recoup their losses. And I simply just found I never really seemed to use most of what I brought, so I was just lugging around extra weight for no reason, not to mention having to pay extra for it. Since I started packing carry-on only, it's made traveling so much easier. It's a lot cheaper, it's lightweight so your lower back will love you for it, and you can hop on and off easily, which means more time spent at your destination and less time rotting at the airport. So now that you know why it pays to be a carry-on only traveler, let's get into the bag. I'll be packing in the Carry-On Pro Plus bag from Monos. I've been traveling with their bag for over a year now, and I gotta say, I love it. It's a super sleek, super minimal carry-on bag with a ton of really intuitive and functional features. It's a hard shell suitcase made of aerospace grade polycarbonate, so it's basically unbreakable.
Which is unbreakable. Excuse me, I must use the restroom.
It's incredibly lightweight, so it's really easy to push and pull, and it's got 360-degree wheels, so it moves around really smoothly. This extra front compartment is also another great touch, where it'll easily fit a 15-inch laptop and any other things you want to access really quickly, like your passport or your AirPods. The Carry-On Pro Plus will also fit easily in the overhead bin for major US airlines, but I would note that it probably will need to be gate checked on smaller airplanes. As my one personal item, I always bring my Monos Metro backpack. I've been carrying this backpack with me pretty much every day for the last year, and it has held up great. I went with a nylon bag because of all the commuting I do on Toronto public transit, but they also have a ton of sleek looking options made of vegan leather if you prefer a more fashion forward look. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been really impressed with the quality, the attention to detail, and above all, the usefulness of the Monos bags. There's so many handy compartments and pockets, which you'll see more of later, and everything's really easy to use and even easier to access, which is great for when you're panicking to get all your stuff in the bin at airport security. So if you're interested in checking out Monos, I will leave everything linked down below, and if you're watching this video anytime between November 5th to November 23rd, you can save up to 30% off your order. It'll all be in the description. Thanks, Monos! Okay, now that we have the bag out of the way, there's 3 things that you need to do. You want to think about the vibe of where you're going because I'd say for most destinations, you're probably either going somewhere warm and beachy, somewhere outdoorsy, or somewhere more urban. Since you only have a limited amount of space in your carry-on, you want to make sure to bring only what's necessary and what's appropriate for where you're going. Number 2 is to check the weather. This obviously goes along with knowing your destination, but you want to make sure you know what the weather is going to be like when you're actually there. This will also help guide your packing and ensure you won't forget your umbrella like I did when we went to Vancouver. And finally, consider the itinerary. You don't need to have your activities planned out to a T, it's always fun to wander, but it is good to have a sense of what you want to be doing on your trip. If you're a foodie and you know you'll be eating out a lot, you may want to bring more date night clothes. If you're going to be hiking and outdoors, then you'll know you'll need to bring some good boots and waterproof layers. Get a rough idea of how you're going to be spending your time, and it'll help you pack more optimally to make sure that those activities are covered. Alright, finally, let's get to packing. So now that we know where we're going, what we're doing, and what the weather is going to be like, it's time to start thinking about what clothes to bring. I used to plan all of my outfits in advance and even take photos of them, create a whole Pinterest board, the whole nine, but I've recently changed my strategy when it comes to packing. So let me introduce you to the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 packing method. This I absolutely cannot take credit for. If you want to learn more about it, we did a whole episode on our Sustain This podcast. I will make sure to leave it linked right here. And I will leave the original blog post of the creator of this method in the description below, but it has simplified the packing process so much for me. And the method is as simple as it sounds. The way I usually break it down is packing 5 tops, 4 bottoms, 3 pairs of shoes, 2 layering pieces, and 1 of each of my accessories and outer layer. So in this suitcase, I'm packing 5 tops, 1 plain white tee, 2 plain tank tops, 1 black, 1 white, 1 long sleeve knit bodysuit, and 1 brown bodysuit for a little bit of a different neutral and something that can be easily dressed up and dressed down. For bottoms, I'm packing 2 pairs of jeans, 1 dark indigo denim for a little bit more of a refined look, 1 dark wash denim, a pair of gray neutral trousers that can go with everything that's in this capsule, and for lazy days and travel days, this pair of green active knit pants. For shoes, I've got 1 pair of sneakers that will go with everything, 1 pair of boots that are also equally as comfortable but a lot more refined, and a pair of flats that are both comfortable but add a nice feminine touch. Getting into the layering pieces, I decided to pack 1 leather blazer that I can double up as a jacket and 1 brown blazer that I've just been wearing constantly lately. I also packed 1 cashmere sweater that I can wear as an extra layer and on the plane, or I can even use it as a pillow. I'm packing 1 purse that I can wear both as an evening bag and as a crossbody. This bag is from Songmont. It is so versatile. You can wear it up to 4 different ways. So when you're traveling, if you can find an accessory like this, it's really going to take you far because you can wear it during the day, hands-free like this, and then you can easily take it to dinners and all the date nights and more evening things that you're going to be doing, and it'll look a lot more formal. I'm packing 1 pair of leggings and 2 sports bras, just in case I decide to be healthy and work out, 1 set of pajamas, 1 belt, and for socks and underwear, my general rule is to pack 1 pair for every day plus 1 extra just in case. But what the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 packing method really does for me is that instead of planning outfits, which I found usually had me adding more clothes than necessary, or planning outfits that I never really ended up wearing, it instead allows you to start thinking of your clothes and the shoes that you're bringing with you as tools. As in, what purpose is the item serving when you're getting dressed? If you have a lot of casual pieces going on, then consider adding something that makes you feel a little more elevated and refined so that you have that option just in case when you're out. And this has not only really simplified the packing process for me, but it also takes away the guesswork when it comes to planning on what you're going to be wearing. So you could instead focus on your destinations and all the cool sights and culture that you're going to be taking in, and less on your outfit. The next thing I want to go over is how I actually pack the clothes. So I am a convert to the packing cube. I never used to understand the purpose of putting your stuff in more stuff, but the packing cube is a game changer when it comes to packing light, especially. The packing cubes I have here are from Monos. They are heavy duty, really great quality, and a nice touch with these is that they are expandable, so you can put as little or as much as you can fit in there. But the key to getting everything into this carry-on for me is folding. So I like to do essentially a KonMari fold, but just a little bit more efficiently. So for shirts, let's start with t-shirts. All I do is grab the collar on either side and then fold the shirt inward in on itself. It'll sort of collapse naturally, as you can see here, and you just want to clean it up a bit. You're going to fold it in half again and then fold it once more, so it becomes this nice, neat little bricky rectangle that stands up on its own. Tank tops are a little bit more tricky, but all I like to do is fold it inwards so that the parts on the side sort of line up with the collar so that it's all one size, and then I just do the same thing, fold it once, fold it twice, and you have yourself your little brick. And I'm going to continue to do that until all of my bits are folded. Trousers and jeans are a little bit different, but I will still fold these into thirds and they fit perfectly. So for jeans, all I'm gonna do is fold the jeans in half and then take that little pointy end that sticks out near the top and fold it inwards to tuck that in. And then I'm going to line the bottom of the jeans with this top line here and then simply fold into thirds. If the trouser or the jean is a little bit more wide leg, you might want to fold in the top just to make it a little bit more compact like this. But as you can see, they stand up on their own and you can see everything at a glance vertically once it's in your packing cube. So it just makes for really neat and tidy packing with easy access. I like to pack my clothes on one side of the suitcase, and on the other is where I'm going to put my shoes, which I always like to pack in a shoe bag. They are the dirtiest things that go in your luggage. And I'm just going to put some other miscellaneous items in there, like my makeup bag, my little vlogging tripod, my purse, my hair straightener, and this blazer, because the other one I'm going to be wearing on the plane. The next thing I'm going to be packing are my toiletries and my makeup bag. When it comes to makeup, I like to keep it really simple, and instead of bringing a lot of my liquids and things that need a lot of accessories like sponges and makeup brushes, I like to focus on cream products and solids, so it's a lot easier to get through security with, and you don't have to worry about it spilling in your bag. Any of my liquids, though, I will put into a simple Ziploc bag, and I typically just decant a lot of my regular skincare into a smaller TSA approved travel size container just to keep it simple and minimize the need to buy travel sized everything. Some of my favorite makeup right now is from RMS. You can see I have the concealer, I have the bronzer, and even the eyeshadow. The consistency of all of these is very balmy and creamy, so it's really easy to work with and just leaves for a really nice, natural, but still fresh looking makeup look. I'm going to bring my favorite mascara. This one is from Ilia Beauty. My eyebrow pencil kit. You can see that this Jones Road Stick is my favorite. This cream blush from Merit is one of my favorites, and it's still super compact and easy to travel with. This highlighter just looks like skin. It is amazing. And I'm also going to pack a face powder for touch-ups and my everyday tools like an eyelash curler. And now let's get into the personal item. I'm going to be using the Monos Metro backpack. This is my pretty much everyday backpack, but it's also excellent for travel. I prefer to carry a backpack with me, especially when I travel, because I just don't want to be feeling lopsided, and it's the most efficient and ergonomic in my opinion. This backpack has a lot of great extra compartments. It has this little detachable pouch that is surprisingly secure on there. And when I travel, I like to use it to store things like my chargers, extra dongles, cables, my SSD drive if I'm going to be doing some editing. And I also keep a solid sunscreen in there, because if you're sitting next to a window on a plane, that's a lot of UV rays that are going to age you. So put on your sunscreen. I'll also be bringing my laptop with me because I tend to do some work and editing wherever I do travel. This is my 2016 MacBook Pro, and this case is an Apple leather case that I got from a brand called Samara from Toronto. I will leave them in the description below so you can check them out. But I'm actually not going to be putting my laptop in the backpack because of that front compartment on my carry-on, so I'm going to be putting that there. So it leaves me a lot of room and space in my backpack to bring back things that I might buy while I travel and any other things that I might want to bring with me. And in general, I like to keep my liquids in my backpack so they're really easy to access at security, because that's always a scramble. So that's exactly how I pack light in a carry-on, whether I'm going to be going away for 1 week or 1 month. The secret to a longer stay, though, is laundry. So if you can find a place that has some, or a laundromat in the city that you're in, definitely take advantage of that. And that's really the secret to how all of this works. If you watched the whole video and got some value from it, leave me a plane emoji in the comments and let me know where you're traveling next. Thanks again to Monos for sponsoring this video, and don't forget to check them out in the description below. As always, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm gods. It helps me so much. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. See you next Sunday. Safe travels. Bye.